All right, let's talk about design thinking. You've probably heard of it, right? It's that powerhouse framework everyone talks about for solving really complex problems. But what if I told you that the way it's usually presented, that super neat, clean process is actually, well, completely wrong? Today, we're going to bust the biggest myth about design thinking and reveal what makes it truly powerful. Okay, so if you've ever been in a workshop or seen a presentation on this stuff, this is going to look super familiar. It's the classic 5-stage model. You start with empathize, then you define the problem, you ideate solutions, build a prototype, and finally, you test it. It looks so clean, right? So simple. A perfect straight road from A to B, like a recipe you just follow step by step.
But come on, let's be real for a second. For anyone who's ever actually built something, a product, a service, even just a school project, does innovation ever really work like that? Is it ever that neat and tidy?
Yeah, the answer is a big, resounding no. And here's the thing that's the core misunderstanding. That neat 5-step line, it's not a set of turn-by-turn directions you have to follow in order. It's much more like a map of the territory. These are all the places you can go, not the one single road you have to take.
The reality is way more dynamic. It is not a straight line. It's a loop. It's this constant cycle of learning, adapting, and refining. So the most crucial point here is to stop thinking about a finish line and start thinking about a feedback loop.
So what does this loop look like in the real world? Well, it means teams are constantly jumping between these stages. Imagine you're in the prototype phase for a new app, and you discover during testing that users are totally lost on a key screen. You don't just tweak the design, you might have to jump all the way back to empathize to really re-understand what they needed in the first place. It's messy, it's fluid, and you know what? That's its superpower. And that flexibility is exactly the point. It's not about just getting through the steps to check a box. It's about what you learn along the way. And what's so fascinating is that every step backward is actually a giant leap forward in your understanding. This is what creates that powerful, continuous loop of learning and improvement. So, if we agree it's a loop, what's the engine? What's the thing that keeps it moving forward and generating all that valuable insight? The engine is testing. But we have to totally redefine what testing means. It isn't the final exam where you see if you passed. No, it's the moment of truth. It's where your abstract ideas collide head-on with the real world. It's where you get the most honest, unfiltered feedback you could ever ask for, directly from your users. See, when testing is the engine, you don't just focus on building things right, you focus on building the right things. That feedback loop ensures your solutions are practical, not just theoretical, that they're effective, not just clever, and most importantly, that they deliver real, actual value to the people you're trying to help. And this is where we got to zoom out to see the bigger picture. When you really embrace the loop, you're doing so much more than just improving a single product. You are fundamentally changing how your team and maybe your entire organization works. You're shifting the whole mindset. Think about it this way. A product-focused mindset sees a finish line. You launch the thing, and you're done. Move on. But a culture-focused mindset, one that's fueled by this learning loop, sees innovation as an ongoing process. There is no finished. There is only better. It's the difference between just shipping a project and building a true learning machine. And that, right there, is the true promise of design thinking. It's not just some process diagram on a whiteboard. It's a culture. It's a culture that fosters deep empathy for users, that sparks real creativity, and that hardwires continuous improvement right into the DNA of the organization. It's about being perpetually curious. This quote just perfectly captures the whole idea. It's all about how knowledge flows. Information from the end of the process doesn't just stay there. It flows backward to make every single stage stronger. You end up creating this powerful, self-improving system. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. When you look at how you and your team work, do you see a finish line you're all racing towards? Or do you see a learning loop? Because the answer to that question could change everything.